I've served as a police officer for 25 years and now I've retired, but I'm going to continue working on the street, protecting and helping people. And inshallah, I'm going to see you soon. The Ummah, I love you all. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello, my lovelies. Well, Paul Redden, PC Paul Redden, the Met police officer who recently caused a bit of a scandal by making hand gestures that people linked to extremist Islamist groups.
Assalamu alaikum. Eid Mubarak.
Has decided to retire early from the Met Police. I don't think he had much choice but to. Anyway, I made a video about this saying Paul Redden and saying why what he was doing was wrong. He was going out into the community. He converted to Islam. Well, it depends which version of what he tells you it's the true one. In one version, he tells you that he got ill during the night. I think there was something wrong with his heart or something, and he got a copy of the Quran, opened it up, put it on his chest, and the next day he went to the mosque and he did this ritual that they do, which means he converted to Islam. So that's one version, but he has another version where he reckons that it took him a long time to convert to Islam. So pick which one is the correct one. Only he knows one which is the true version, or he knows the true one. But he was going around, and I made a video about this. He was going around asking Muslim youths if they were attending the mosque 5 times a day and saying the prayers.
Young people, they'll come to me and they say, Paul, because I can say to them, are you praying? Because I know I'm praying all the prayers, and it's nice because they'll come and say, actually now we're praying. So
that is not the job of a British police officer, whether they be Muslim, Christian, Sikh, whatever. It's not their job to go around and question people about whether they are attending to their religious duties. Him doing that sounded too much like Muslim morality police going around questioning people if they attend to the religion. It just was so off the way it sounded. And I'll say it again. The police are secular and the law's secular. They shouldn't be going around preaching to people. Now, it's not just officers who are Muslims or converts to Islam that do this. There's a lot of Christian, evangelical usually, Christians in police forces who go around with street pastors or carry copies of Gideon's New Testaments around, and when they see someone in trouble, which I say is someone who's vulnerable, they immediately start trying to get them to listen to the word of Jesus and this. In other words, they're trying to convert them to Christianity. And it's wrong, because that's not what the police are there for. And they've got a ready supply of vulnerable people to choose from. Now, what's happened here, because attention has been put onto this Paul Redden and what he was doing, his videos were all preaching. If you went onto his Instagram, it was constant preaching, and he was doing this in uniform. He's supposed to be fighting crime, not going out into the community and asking people if they're going to the mosque 5 times a day. So what's no doubt happened is that the Merton police were quite happy with him doing this. They would have stopped him if they weren't happy with it, but he was found out, and the public didn't like what they were seeing and were concerned about what they were seeing. So he was most probably, this is my guess, taken into a room and told, look, Paul, you'll have to stop doing it. And he thought, well, I don't want to, he sees it as his mission, no doubt, so he doesn't want to stop it. So he's retired from the force, and you can't criticise him for that. Now he's going to do what he wants to do. He's still apparently working in the community, but just not in the role of a police officer. So he's done the right thing, because the police, as I say, are secular. They shouldn't be promoting any or converting anyone to anything. And I also mean this also when it comes to LGBTQI issues. The police aren't really there. Well, they should. Well, they're not there. They're not there for anyone's ideology. And I think what is LGBTQI has become such an ideological and political entity now that is divorced separate from LGBTQI people, that they shouldn't be getting involved. Yeah, if hate incidents happen, enact on them. But you don't have to go flying flags. So look, if, as I always turn around and say, if an organisation isn't bigoted, if they're not racist or whatever, they don't need to pay spurious organisations for flags or leaflets or BLM or Stonewall. They don't have to pay them to get approval. Those members of the public will put it around themselves. Oh, they're great. I was treated brilliantly by them. But police forces should deal with crimes. They shouldn't be promoting any religion or any ideology. That's my views.